But the fact is, these treatment models really change people's lives.
Did you have other issues other than the sex? We drinking, we getting high.
It's always in there.
It's always in there. I mean, I had smoked pot daily since I was 12, 13 years old.
But no heroin and no crystal meth
cocaine.
and stuff like that.
Lots of cocaine.
Now, you're done with the sex rehab. You've completed your treatment. Are you in a normal relationship? Do you feel you can have a normal relationship with a man?
Well, treatment is an ongoing process. Treatment is an everyday thing.
What about specifically? Can you have sex?
Yes. I took an abstinence vow when I was in sex rehab and was going to go for an entire year without having sex with anybody, just so I could connect with my feelings again, because having sex, using drugs, doing that kind of thing, it really helps me disconnect. And so I went about 9 months, and I met a guy, and we started developing this very organic relationship, and we are in a monogamous relationship now, and he's the only one I see.
Are you leery about that, or you're okay with it?
I'm very careful, you know, and he's fully aware of everything that I've been through. He's very supportive, you know, has offered to go to Jill with me. Did I tell you about that?
Thank you.
But you need to be onto yourself. You need to be onto yourself.
Yeah. I'm getting in touch.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes,
Absolutely wish you the best. Thank you, Dr. Drew. We'll be right back with the manager of Sober House, Jennifer Jimenenzi.
Actress and model Jennifer Jimenez proved how strong she was when she beat massive drug and alcohol addiction, and that strength gets tested every minute as house manager of Dr. Drew's Sober House. Take a look.
Tom, I gotta take that away from you.
What is that?
Crack pipe.
Jen just kicked me out. I'm packing up my and leaving. She told me to pack up my stuff and leave.
Carrie-Ann, you gotta leave quick. You go get out. This is not the place for you. I'm so sick of your disgusting Get out, please. Thank you.
She is the mom of the house. Please welcome Jennifer Jimenez. Welcome, Jennifer. Now, you are tough. So tough, and amazing where you've come and what you're doing, what strength that takes. You know, having gone through addiction, recovery, relapse yourself, being in this surrounding, do you ever worry that you'll go back again?
You know, I really stick with the motto that I'm literally an arm length away from another drink. Sure. And I have got to be very careful. And I work a really strong program, and I'm in a 12-step community. The person who works with me, who guides me through my program, she doesn't tiptoe around me, you know, and the people who are with me, they're very straightforward. And I have a great support team from my family, from my friends. So it's great.
That's great. That's
Jennifer,
great.
you, excuse me for mispronouncing your name,
so
forgive me. You know, your job gets really dangerous sometimes. People, they yell at you. You even got hit by somebody who was strung out on drugs. I mean, are you doing this? Do you worry about your safety when you're running this house?
You know,
I got her back.
Yeah,
we got a team behind
We work together. You know, I mean, on the show, I am very close with Drew, and I'm very safe, you know, when I'm with him, and that we have that connection. I do get a little scared. I mean, I'm a woman. I realized that this time around, coming back to the show, I needed to do it differently. Okay. And I don't work in recovery. I'm there because of my recovery.
And this group got a little rough, so we did bring in more help for Jennifer. This house needed more manpower.
Okay. I have to say, very impressed. Tough mama. But you've been sober for 4 years?
Yes.
What kind of drugs did you do, and how did you get addicted?
I have been sober for 4 years and a few months now, and I drank my first drink when I was 12 years old, but I started becoming the provider of my family. I got discovered by a very big photographer when I was 13, turning 14. And then I was like an overnight sensation. I was on covers of all magazines and campaigns, and I did all the fashion shows all over the world. So my life was fast and glamorous, and it was all about the outside. And no one allowed me to develop my foundation that I have inside today. So I got, alcohol started, but cocaine took me down. And then I was doing anything that came my way.
You know, it's interesting that you were a model and you were obviously revered for your looks. And then when you gave up drugs, you gained 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Now, is that just replacing one addiction with another, or were you sick of being looked at as an object? I mean, what was that about?
Well, when I started trying to get sober when I was 21, and that's been 13 years for me. So I have had a little bit of stints of sobriety, and this time around, you know, they said to me, why don't you do it our way? And I got to the place that, you know, I thought going to treatment was for losers. Meanwhile, I was in the shoebox in my shoe closet. So, you know, I was pretty bad. And I ended up going to Los Encinas, where Dr. Drew was working at. And I went for a 5-day detox, and I stayed 9.5 months. And I was terrible. I was just so broken and shattered. And they told me...
I'll attest to that.
Yeah. And they told me no hurting yourself, no hurting anyone else, no acting out, no relationships for a year. And
she immediately forgot all that.
Yeah, and then they said, but then I did, and then they said dig deep, and then all of a sudden it was like no sex, and I was like, excuse me. You know, and that was like, you know, I had to really dig deep and find myself in that layer of 100 pounds, actually 102 pounds, has protected me, and it saved me.
I see.
But now there was a point where I just wanted to connect mind, body, and spirit. Yeah.
You are doing remarkable things, both of you, Dr. Drew.
But look
Thank
at
you.
all these women. I mean, this is the story of success and recovery. People ask why I do this work. This is the reason. And for women, it's particularly poignant and particularly glorious when they recover.
It is. And then for women out there who may be seeing part of themselves in your story,
that's why
empowering.
We're doing. That's
Good job.
why we're here. That's why we do
Yeah.
Sober House. That's why we do Celebrity House.
We want to thank Drew
miracles.
and Jennifer Jimenez for being here, sharing their stories and what they do every day. We will be right back. Thank you.
Hey, be sure to check out Mackenzie Phillips' fabulous photo spread in this week's In Touch Weekly. Our thanks to Kate Goslin. If you're having any addiction problems, there are a lot of places that are waiting to help you. Call someone. Take a little time to enjoy the view.
Flash Forward returns to the 2-hour special tomorrow at 8, 7 Central on ABC.